Hello, welcome again. We are covering the subject compressible fluid flow for civil services mains, IFS, and GATE aerospace engineering. So we are covering the topic one-dimensional flow with heat addition. So we have covered some theory part. Now we'll solve uh, one numerical based on that theory part. So the numerical or example is air enters a constant area duct at m1 is equal to zero point 0.2, p1 is equal to 1 atmosphere, and t1 is equal to 273 Kelvin. Inside the duct, heat added per unit mass is Q 1.0 into 10 power 6 joule per kilogram. Calculate the flow properties M2, P2, T2, rho 2, T02 and P02 at the exit of the duct. So here initial Mach number is given as zero point 0.2, and from the isentropic table we can see this zero point 0.2 various pressure ratio, temperature ratio. So here this is the isentropic table, and this line is corresponding to zero point 0.2. Okay, zero point 0.2 into 10 power 00 means zero point 0.2. So it is here the pressure ratio is zero point 0.1 P0 by P0, P0 by P is your 0.1028 plus 0.01, and here the density ratio is 0.1020 plus plus 01, and temperature ratio is 0.1008 plus 01. Okay, so here plus 01 means 10 is per 1. So it means the active pressure ratio is 1.028, density ratio is 1.020, and temperature ratio is 1.008 for Mach number 0.2. Okay. So here we are taking this. So T0 by T1, T01 by T1 is 1.008, T01 by P1 is 1.028. So and T1 is known, that is 273. So P01 will be your 1.008 into 273, 275.2 Kelvin. Similarly, P01 is your 1.20, 1.028 into 1, that is 1.028 atmosphere. And value of Cp for air is 1005 joule per kg per kilogram. And we know that the heat supplied per unit mass is Cp bracket T02 minus T01. So that we have derived. Now we know T01 stagnation temperature at Mach number 0.2. So we can find out T02 because all other quantities are known. Q is known, Q is 1.006 joule per kilogram. T01 is known, so T02 will come out as 1270 Kelvin. Okay. So now we have stagnation temperature and we have Mach number also. Now we'll use the Rayleigh table corresponding to point 2. We'll see the various properties. So this is your Rayleigh table, and this line corresponds to point 2, and we'll note down the various property relation, that is T by T star, T by T star, rho by rho star, T naught by T naught star, and T naught by T naught star. So we can read this and note down the property corresponding to Mach number, initial Mach number 0.2. So T, suppose it is T is your T1, P is your T1, and P naught is P01, and T naught is T01. For Mach number M1 is equal to 0.1. So T naught T1 by T star is 0.2066, T1 by T star is 2.273, P naught by P naught star is 1.235, T naught by T naught star is 0.1736. That we have seen from Rayleigh table. Okay. So now our purpose is to find out final Mach number, and for that we need this T02 by T0 star. Okay. So so T02 by T0 star is can be written as T0 by T01 multiplied by T01 by T0 star. or multiplying and dividing by T naught 1. So T naught by T naught 2 by T naught 1 is T naught 2 is 1270, and T naught 1 is 275.2, and T naught 1 by T naught star that we have noted down from the table of Mach number 0.2. So from this we can get T naught 2 by T naught star. So that comes as 0.8013. So as here T naught 1 by T naught star is there, and that is corresponding to Mach number 0.2. So now we have T naught 2 by T naught star. So that is corresponding to, so that will tell the Mach number in the relic table. So now T naught 2 by T naught star can be seen from the relic table. So this is T naught by T naught star, that is 0.8. So this is very close to it. 0.7965 is very close to 0.8. So the Mach number is 0.58, and other properties are also there corresponding to that T naught 2 by T naught star. We can note down these properties from the relic table. Okay, so these properties are T2 by T star, P2 by P star, and P naught 2 by P naught star. Okay. So now we have T naught 2 by T star, so we want to find out T2. We have P2 by P star, we want to find out P2, and we have P naught 2 by P naught star, so we want to find out P naught, and P star, T star, P naught star are the same, are having the same value as corresponding to 0.2. So this relation. So if we want to find out T naught T2, then what we will do, we will divide T2 by T star and multiply T2 multiplied by T star, and divide it by T1 and multiply by T1. Now we have this T2 by T star, this value. We have T1 by T star, this value, and we have T1 also, this, that is 273. So from this we can find out T2. So here one thing has to be noted, that we need not the value of T star, okay, because it will cancel out when we compare to Mach number 0.2 and 0.5. So this T star will cancel out. Just we need the ratio, and we need T1. So T2 by T star can be seen from table corresponding to 0.58, and T1 by T star can be seen from the table of 0.2. So T star will cancel out. So we do not need the actual value of T star. What we want, the ratio. The ratio will cancel out this T star. Okay, and but the value of T star is fixed for any flow. Okay, so if we know T1 and we know this ratio and this ratio from the table, relic table, we can find out P2. Similarly, P2 is P2 by P star into P star by P1 into P1, and this value is known, this value is known, so, and this value is known. So that is P2 by P star is this value corresponding to 0.58, and P1 by P star is 2.278, and P1 value is also given, that is 1 atmosphere. So it will come out as 0.718 atmosphere. Similarly, P02 can also be done P02 by P naught star into P naught star by P naught 1 into P naught 1. That value is 1.083, and that value is this P naught by P naught star is 1.235, and this value is 1.028 that we have calculated. So it will come out as 0.90. Okay, now after calculating P2 T2, we can calculate the ST also. P2 by RT2 is equal to rho 2. So that is 0.214 kilogram per meter. So here I'm again repeating that we need not the actual value of critical property to find out the Mach number at other location if the Mach number at one location is given. Okay, just we can see the ratio and find out the other property.